So hello and welcome to this little bit of a follow-up video to my previous Minecraft video where I was showing you this new texture pack that I'd found called NAPP. One of the problems with NAPP right now is that they do not have certain textures provided. So something that I did, I played around with it a little and I will give you the rundown. I tried some different texture packs to see which ones would have textures for the nether and lava and doors and of course this menu interface that I would like. And a texture pack that I forgot about, I used to use I think some time ago, was Steven's Traditional. So I've added that, and what I've done is I put Steven's Traditional above Fabric, above Default, but beneath NAPP. So now I get the 3D textures of NAPP, but I get the menu and I get the nether and the lava textures from Stevens. Other ones that seem to work fairly good for this were the Stratum pack. That one gives you some interesting vegetation appearance, so it's a pretty good one as well. I took out the programmer pack. I think I mentioned that in the video in the caption, and I'm saying it now. Do not include the programmer pack. I finally got some information on that, and it's old textures, we don't need those. Then there was one or two others that were okay that I didn't mind. Faithful, I believe, yeah, Clarity worked good under this, and Faithful HD worked good under this, and Compliance worked good. All of those worked good, and by worked good, this is what I mean, and this is what I wanted to talk about today. Okay, so now we're on my desktop, and if I press Control-Alt-Delete and go to Task Manager, take a look at my performance. I wish I could make this a little bigger. Oh, I can do that. I've got 10.2 gigabytes of RAM being used, and it's making my processor ping right under 30%. Now, there's nothing I can do about the processor. It's an i5, it's older. I mean, it's a 22-in processor, but it is older. It needs to be replaced, and that's going to have to happen with my upgrade computer later. But this is a problem. I have 16 gig of RAM in here. I have a 2 to 4 gig variable swap file. I have 4 gigs of RAM on the video card. For some reason, it's using more memory out of my computer than it should be. If I go over here to Processes, you can see right here Java is taking a big chunk of this at 5 gigs. So by better, what I mean is, what is a texture pack that you can use to give you slightly better with shaders than standard Minecraft textures that will complement and work with the 3D texture pack until either I become a Patreon subscriber and I get a newer version that has more textures, or they have another free release. So those are the ones that seem to provide the most performance. I was aiming at not having more than 10 gigs of RAM being used. Something is going wrong here in this whole how Minecraft is using memory, because as I understand it, Minecraft should be using the video card, 4 gigs of that, and I've set Minecraft, I've changed all of my, I showed you, I don't know if I did it in that last video, but I did in the setup video, showed you how to change how much RAM you assign to each installation. I've changed that since from 8 to 4. I've limited it to 4 gigs. It uses every bit of what I put in. If I put in 8, it goes 8. If I put in, I didn't try it, but I'm sure I put in 12, it would use 12 if it could. Whatever I put in, it uses it, and then it goes above it. And that's a serious problem. That is creating a serious issue for me, because how do I address that? I mean, I would think that it would be using the RAM on my video card first, and then using my computer RAM, and it's not doing that. The only solution I can think is to get more computer RAM, and I don't know if I can run quad channel. I can get another 2 sticks of the Mushkin that I got, and then that would up me to 32, and I could run like a quad, which would help with video editing, because I'm having some trouble with that right now. And that's a whole nother thing. Recording, I did the NVIDIA recommended settings, and they said 16 on their QCP or whatever it is that they use. And I ended up with these huge 8 gig some files. I have to use proxy editing in Kdenlive to work with those because they're too big for my computer to handle. So I've since turned that down from I think I said 15. I've turned that down to 18. I've turned up the draw distance to 16 because I prefer 16. But I don't know how to deal with this RAM issue. Something is not right because it should be pointing at the video card first before it does anything else and then coming into here. It can't be using all 4 gigs of the video card RAM and then 10 gigs in addition of my memory for my system. That doesn't make any sense. Why would it need 14 gigs total to run the program? So that's one of the reasons why I might have to quit using the NAPP. Right now I think I have it running. I'm getting good frame rate, but this is not good. Now I know part of this is probably being used, the CPU is probably coming from recording with OBS. That's probably where that's coming from, and OBS might be using a little of this. I think OBS is actually using the video card RAM, because I don't think this really goes up when I use OBS too much. I don't think OBS is using much of my system RAM, which would make sense because I'm using the NVIDIA encoder. And maybe that's why Minecraft can't access the video card RAM, because the NVIDIA encoder is taking it up. But if that's the case, then how do I set up the NVIDIA encoder to only take so much RAM and save some RAM for Minecraft? I don't know. So these are the things that I'm trying to figure out right now. But this is the update, such as it is. I know it's kind of a strange one. So I want to show you how things look in the Nether real quick, and get into, I want to do a normal video episode. I think I figured out what I want to do for this next episode. So let's go ahead and load up DBcraft. I don't know where I put myself last. Anyway, your resource pack that you put underneath your NAPP will affect anything that NAPP does not affect, which includes vegetation, doors, fire, lava effects, all of that stuff. Let's be foolish, and we will run like the wind over here to get to the I don't have my run button anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. I'm pressing shift and nothing's happening. Hoping I have just enough time. This will give you some nighttime shots to get down into my cave where I die. Had a bunch of creepers blow up around here. I tried to get them, but I was not able to. I see a spider. I'm going to try to avoid the spider. No, thank you. We don't want your company today. I will update a little bit on what's been going on because I've been testing these texture packs. A few things have changed in the DBcraft game, so I'll be updating that next episode. But here you go. This is what lava looks like with the Stevens. I think that looks pretty good. You've seen the door. I think that's pretty good too. And then I'll take a nap. Do I want to take a nap real quick? No, I can go ahead and go up to the Nether. I'm not worried about any bad guys down here. I haven't encountered anybody that was able to get down here yet. I have it pretty well lit. I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing. I don't know about their portal texture, but I wasn't happy with what I was seeing in the Nether. So this is where I lost a bunch of stuff. I'll be doing that. I'll start the next episode, but here's what the Stevens Nether brick looks like. And I think that looks pretty good, and I think that the lava looks pretty good too. So I want to keep it right where it is. Anyway, that's the end of this update. A little last bit of advice for your setting up with your use of the NAPP texture pack. Now you can enjoy the 3D textures you can enjoy the shader effects and all of that if you have a good enough computer for that. But you don't have good enough for RTX, or you don't have an RTX computer, this is your next best bet. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of the previous video. Let me know what secondary texture pack, I just call it secondary texture pack, you've chosen to use. I'm curious to know. Catch you guys in the next video. Okay, well that concludes this episode. Be sure to leave a thumb up if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this or any of my other videos. Be sure to hit that notification icon so that you can be notified when any new videos are released. And leave me some comments, feedback, suggestions so that I can improve and do even better for you guys. Also, please stop by my Teespring store. I've got more designs coming over from Spreadshirt, but this is what I have here right now. I've got 3 cool designs. I've got this mask does not equal safe. It's kind of an attitude for everybody trying to make us wear masks right now. I've got this Zen saying and drawing that I did, to reach your destination, embrace the journey. I think that's really cool. I've got a poem over here. Poem says, life doesn't have to be so hard. It has a flow. Sometimes you'll drift, sometimes you'll row, but you get to choose the destination you'll go. I think that's really cool also. So go ahead and grab some of this stuff, and that will support me and help me in my continuing work at YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.